Recently, I was asked to share where I purchase my makeup from. So in today's video, I'm going to share all the websites that I purchase my makeup from, and it is of particular interest especially to those people that live on the southern hemisphere, as I am in New Zealand and everything that I purchase is an overseas product. And where do I purchase these from? What was my experiences? What websites would I recommend? And so that's what we are going to uncover today. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Ange, and on this channel I like to share all things beauty and lifestyle aimed at the more mature woman as I navigate my more mature years. And I love sharing my purchases, reviewing, and other interesting tidbits aimed at the more mature woman. Now, I do purchase a lot of makeup, and even before having a YouTube channel, makeup was something that it just gives a little light in my life, and I get a lot of joy out of playing with makeup. Now, I have to admit, since starting a YouTube channel, sometimes I do feel under pressure to purchase some of the latest items, and I did get into the trap of buying a lot of things that I knew I wasn't going to use. I have got better in recent times, and I do now try to only purchase items that I truly love and would have bought anyway. And so I don't have everything that comes out on the market, but I do have a makeup collection that is probably a lot more substantial than your average lass. However, when it comes to YouTube standards, my makeup collection is still rather small, but as I said, it is a heck of a lot more than anybody that I know in my private personal life. So where do I get most of my products from? I'm going to take you through the websites that I purchase from, probably in order of where I get them from. Something to note is that living in New Zealand, we do not get the latest, greatest products here available in New Zealand. A lot of the brands that we can access here in New Zealand, we don't get the latest releases the same time as the US. They can take anything up to 2 months to arrive in our country, and when you get a lot of limited editions with Dior, Tom Ford, we don't always get those in New Zealand, possibly because they're already sold out in the Northern Hemisphere before we even get the chance to get them here. I'm not sure, but there are a lot of limited edition makeup launches that we just do not see here. So it's really hard knowing where to buy your products and how you're going to get the best experience. So I'm just going to share with you where I shop. First off, my most popular site that I probably shop from in New Zealand is Sephora New Zealand. Now, as I've touched on before, we don't have a lot of the same brands that Sephora in the US have. Also, we do have Natasha Denona and Pat McGrath on those sites, but we don't have the full range. I have been waiting and waiting and waiting for the latest release from Pat McGrath, the blushes, the eye quad. They are not here yet. You cannot get them on our site. We probably will get them eventually, but they're just not available now, and they've been out for a little while. Natasha Denona is the same. We don't have the most up-to-date launches of Natasha Denona at the site either. What I do love about Sephora New Zealand is we do have a lot of sales. We seem to have a lot more than what I think you get in the US. We have 20% off quite regularly, 15%, and it's not just twice a year. They will give us short notice, but it's usually 3 or 4 days, and we'll get 15 or 20% off. And another bonus with Sephora New Zealand is that we have Afterpay, so we can purchase that way as well. And as you know, that's how I bought my Dyson Airwave styler, was when they had a really good discount, and I used the Afterpay. So Sephora New Zealand would be probably where I buy the most. Next would be actually Beautylish, beautylish.com. They're based in America. Their customer service is phenomenal. This is where I shop when I want to buy Charlotte Tilbury and Wayne Goss. It's where you can get your Sonia G brushes from, and they do a very wide range of makeup brands, and the customer service though puts, I feel, everything else that I shop from, it's just up there. It is such a brilliant website to shop with. They have a payment plan option as well, depending on what you spend. It is free shipping over, I think, $35 US. I'll check that and put it on the screen if it's different, but I believe it's $35 US, free international shipping, free shipping. And if it's over a certain little bit more value, it is expedited, and it comes by DHL, and it can be here in New Zealand in 3 to 4 days, and I think that is phenomenal and is amazing. It's packaged beautifully. There's just a lot of care, and I just think they do a very phenomenal job in their presentation and how quick they do things. Their website's brilliant, easy to use. As I said, the payment plan thing again, because here in New Zealand we basically, I have noticed with Beautylish, if something is, say, $75, I'm going to say that because that seems to be the sort of price range I look at, say for the Charlotte Tilbury Instant Look in a palette, $75. By the time I get billed for it here in New Zealand, it's $150. So we just about have to double the value to what it is in our currency. So having that payment plan sometimes is really good. And what I like about it, it's not weekly, it's monthly. So you can get 2 months or 3 months to pay it over. You can't do more than one order at a time using that payment plan. If you are wanting to do another order, you have to have had the previous order's payment plan finished off before you can do another one. But it is a great service, and I have to say Beautylish is my favourite place to shop as far as shopping experience goes. Next underneath that is an Australasian company, and it is known as Mecca Beauty here in New Zealand. It is Mecca Beauty and Mecca Cosmetica in Australia. They stock a lot of brands that Sephora don't, so it's like the backstop to what Sephora don't sell. So they do the NARS, the Bobbi Brown, Neewer. They do a lot of different brands. Now I'm going to follow up this video with a blog post, and I am going to highlight all the brands for the websites I discuss. So I'm only going to mention a few in the video. If you're wanting more in depth of what sort of brands I buy from these websites, that will be in my blog post. Please feel free to pop over to angelastewartbeauty.com. I do blog posts. I was only doing blog posts to basically back up my videos, but I'm going to start doing extras on my website that are over and above what's on my videos. So hop over to angelastewartbeauty.com and you can check out my blog posts there. But I would highly recommend, if you are interested in what websites I use to do my makeup shopping and what brands I'm particularly looking for, do hop over to the website for that blog post, because it will be more in detail on the brands. So Mecca Beauty and Mecca Cosmetica, once again, these guys are actually very similar to Beautylish as far as their customer service goes. Their packaging, their delivery, very, very swift. They never have discounts. There's never a sale. It is what it is, and that's that. But they do stock some very, very good brands. Kate Somerville, Kevin Aqua, Urban Decay. So it is a very good backstop to the Sephora. I prefer Sephora because they do offer, you've got your Beauty Insider, and you get the rewards very similar to US, and the discounts, they make a huge difference when you are a beauty lover. Then I would have to say comes Cult Beauty. Cult Beauty is based in the UK. When you go onto their website, it will give you the Great Britain pound price, so it's not converted for you, so it is in the pound price. They are great for those brands that you have trouble getting, especially from New Zealand. They've got Allies of Skin. I really love Allies of Skin. Now, Sephora has it on their website that they stock Allies of Skin, but it's never in stock. So I don't know whether they've gone out of the products and they're not restocking, but it's never in stock. So Cult Beauty is fantastic for all of the products that I like. Neod, you've got Patrick Tar. The Patrick Tar website does not ship internationally. There are some brands I still want to try, say and V Beauty, which I am really looking forward to trying out, but there's only so much money per month I can invest in beauty products. I do have a wish list a mile long of products I want, and there are quite a few from Cult Beauty. Now Cult Beauty is another great site if you love Charlotte Tilbury. I get my Charlotte Tilbury from Beautylish, I mentioned that before. Some great news for you Kiwi and Australian girls. Mecca are going to be getting Charlotte Tilbury, and I cannot wait. If I was only allowed to ever buy one makeup brand forever and ever and ever, Charlotte Tilbury would be my pick. So to know that they're going to be in a store that I can touch and feel, and just, you know, it might be a bad thing because I might fall in love with a heck of a lot more stuff. So Charlotte Tilbury is coming to Mecca. Yay, can't wait. So Cult Beauty is amazing. They do great specials too, and they do free international shipping to New Zealand. Now, the only downside with the free international shipping is that it can take a long time. Now, I will always only do the free shipping because I've had to wait long enough to get a brand. I'll wait for the free shipping to get it from Cult Beauty, but you do have a choice to upgrade and pay extra and have expedited shipping. It could take anything 4-6 weeks. I'm happy with that, to not pay an extra, you know, $50 in shipping. I would just rather have it free and it take its time. So you do have those options. They are running specials all the time. I would highly recommend that you subscribe to their newsletter, because when they do have specials, sometimes it's only for 24 or 48 hours. But to be getting those alerts, and if it's something that is always on your rotation and something that you use all the time, if you can get it at a discount, it's a really good mailing list to be on. So Cult Beauty, highly recommend. They ship worldwide, and I just think they're a great international website to shop from. Nordstrom is another site that will ship to New Zealand. I love Nordstrom. The only problem is I have to pay for shipping from them, and that can add up as well. So I have found other websites that I can usually get the brands I want from and don't need to go to Nordstrom anymore. I used to shop from Nordstrom quite a bit before we got Mecca Beauty in New Zealand. I find Mecca tend to cover the brands that I would have normally purchased from Nordstrom. For instance, I used to get the Hourglass Edit palettes from Nordstrom because we didn't get them here in New Zealand, but now we can. So Nordstrom is an option. I don't tend to use it these days because of the shipping cost, and there's so many websites out there now that will ship free of charge internationally when you spend over a certain dollar value. Another international site that I have used and do enjoy is BeautyBay. They have quite a large range of the mid-range or mid-price range beauty, and if you are looking for anything like that, BeautyBay is a great website to shop from, and you will have no issues with that. I must admit I do use Cult, Beautylish, Sephora and Mecca the most because I tend to go for the mid-range and higher in my makeup brands, and it's just preference and just what I enjoy using. Okay, now this is a New Zealand only place to shop, and I will shop online from here occasionally in New Zealand for higher end products that I want, and that is Smith & Kowi. smithandcowi.com. They've got a great website. They also offer Afterpay, and I do have to mention a brand they've just got in, and I wondered about trying it out, and I'm not trying it out, and that is Hermes. Hermes has now launched at Smith & Kowi in New Zealand, but I'm sorry, excuse my language, but I'll be buggered if I'm going to spend $105 on a lipstick. They might be wonderful, they might be fab. Oh look, there's one here for 110 New Zealand dollars. No, I won't be doing that. Their blushes are 115. But a lipstick for 105, oh my goodness. Lip pencil for 55. I am not spending $110, $105 on a lipstick. I love my L'Oreal Colour Riche, really affordable, and I'm happy with that. But if you are in New Zealand and you are looking for some of the higher end items, Smith & Kowi is a good website to check out. Now, I have been wanting to know where to get the Gucci brand from. I really would like to try their powder and their bronzer, and I noticed on Instagram, and I have an Instagram account too, guys, if you want to check it out. I always have my handle up here if you want to check out my Instagram account. I would love to see you over there. I'm trying to be a lot more active over there. But anyway, there was a New Zealand lady that I follow, and she has the most impeccable taste in makeup, and I noticed she had the Gucci products, and I had to DM her and go, where did you get those? You know, I don't know how you can get them. And she obviously is in Auckland, where there is a David Jones. Now, David Jones is an Australian boutique department store, is an Australian department store, and we don't have them down here in the South Island in New Zealand, but there is a store in Auckland, and she purchased them from there. Now, I have gone online to see if I can purchase the Gucci stuff from their website, and they only have the Australian website and don't ship to New Zealand. But I'm sure if I was to ring them in Auckland and do my credit card details, I'm sure they would ship from Auckland to me if I rang them directly. But as far as a website goes, I cannot get the Gucci products from the David Jones website. So that's just a wee tidbit for you New Zealand girls. Now, there are also some brands where I have and will purchase directly from the brands because the experience is pretty great, and I will go through those now rather than generic department stores or beauty places. Now, the first one is Anastasia. I recently purchased the Norvina Volume 5 Pro Pigment Palette, and I had never shopped off their website before. I had waited and got from Sephora New Zealand or Mecca. Once again, we're always late to the game. So for this particular one, I got it directly from Anastasia in the States. What a fantastic experience. I got a discount because it was my first order. It was free shipping and it was super quick. I had it within a week. So anything with Anastasia in the future, I am going to order direct. I'm going to order direct from the Anastasia website in America, as I have found that their customer service and the speed in which I got my products was pretty incredible. So I'll do that in future. Another website that I will purchase direct from, I haven't for a little while now, and that is Tarte Cosmetics. I think that they are great. When I've used them in the past, things get here fairly swiftly. If you can get, when they have sales, their sales are pretty good, and if you spend over a certain amount, it is free shipping to New Zealand. So I would highly recommend that. Tarte is a great website to shop from. Oh, of course, Pat McGrath. Now, I have ordered the wee quad I was talking about that I am waiting patiently to get here in New Zealand, and I have gone directly to the Pat McGrath website, free shipping. Not sure how long it's going to take, but I have ordered from that site before and it really wasn't that bad as far as international shipping goes. I have never ordered when there's been a new great fancy launch to get caught up in all the shipping dramas. I've never had that problem because I've never actually ordered something on a new fancy launch. So it's usually, like, it's been a while since the quad's been out now, so I don't see me having any issues getting that at all. KKW Beauty. Now, I love the products I have from this brand. I love the eyeshadows, I love the blush I got, I love the lip liners, my most favorite lip liners I've ever used, and I've bought quite a few lipsticks. I have got all of that in the past with free shipping, and I noticed since COVID that has changed. You do have to pay, but I do know that from time to time she does offer free shipping as a promotion. So if I was going to be getting any KKW Beauty, I would wait until a free shipping promotion. Love the products. I don't see the delivery time that fell, considering it's coming from the other side of the world. I think Amazon's worse. I really don't think the shipping was bad and it was here. I didn't think it was in a bad time frame when I have ordered, and I've probably placed 3 orders direct from that website and absolutely no problems at all. Another international website I have purchased directly from is Couture. When the Supreme Nudes palette came out, I really wanted it, and nowhere that I could access my makeup had it in stock when it launched, so I went directly to Couture. Fantastic experience. I didn't pay shipping, it was here quite quickly and no issues whatsoever. So a lot of these makeup brands that will ship internationally, I have never had a problem with. I'm very sad to say that Charlotte Tilbury no longer ships to New Zealand, but I've always purchased mine from Beautylish or Cult Beauty, and if Mecca are going to be getting it in Australia, it sort of saves the day a little bit, but I did think it was sad when they stopped doing international shipping. Now, I think that's most of the places in which I purchase my makeup. They're my most used anyway, and my experience is it's been pretty good. Now, as far as duties and customs goes, guys, if you are watching from New Zealand, I'm just going to let you know there is a place, if you Google what is my duty and you type in, it'll tell you what your duty is going to be for a particular item. Now, for cosmetics, it's actually quite a high threshold. The trouble is if you cross that threshold, you not only get done with duty, you'll get done with GST as well, and the freight is part of that. But use the calculator online, you'll actually find it is a high threshold that you don't need to pay duty, and it's really good, it will just come straight through. Now, some websites are already starting to deduct the GST for New Zealanders. Beautylish is one of them. Cult Beauty don't. Sephora do. Mecca do. Yeah. So some do, and it's just going to become more and more of the norm as international law changes there. There are still a few sites that haven't caught up with that and are not collecting the GST on behalf of the government. So if you're in New Zealand, go on to the calculator and just Google what is my duty, and then they have this little wee calculator where you go through and put what you've purchased, what the value is, and what your duty will be. And I haven't been hit with duty at all yet, so that's a bonus. But just a wee tidbit for you guys. If you would like to have a similar video on where I get my skincare, that's even more exciting. So if you would like a video on where I source my skincare, please let me know in the comments below. I will definitely love to film that video because there are some yummy sites as far as skincare goes. Any questions, let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Did you find this helpful? You know, especially in New Zealand, if you're in New Zealand watching this video, did you find it helpful? If you have any suggestions for people that you've experienced websites that you just need to tell us about, please let us know in the comments below. It's great. As I said, I did not know that we could get Gucci from a department store in Auckland, and it's only because I asked somebody on Instagram, where did you get that? So if you have any insights into great websites where we can get great makeup purchases, do let us know down in the comments. That would be so helpful to all us beauty lovers. I hope you've all had a beautiful day, guys. Don't forget to please subscribe to my channel, and I would thoroughly appreciate it. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy that. As I said, I hope you've all had a beautiful and a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. See you later, guys. Bye.